If at this point you used AI and you've gotten probably not the best responses, it's probably not the AI, but rather how you're using AI. Now, in this video, I want to go over some of the things you keep in mind when you're using AI to be able to get the best and the highest quality results. I'm going to go over a structure that helps with getting high yield, exam relevant pharmacist level results when you're using an AI, or in this case, the AI PharmD GPT. Now, I'm going to tell you what most students do wrong. What they'll do is they'll ask the GPT, oh, what are beta blockers? Or please define beta blockers. Now, although that could give you a result, it's not going to give you the best result. That's what the issue is when you're using the GPT, sort of like Google. You need to do several things that are outlined next. So first, we're going to start with the role. You want to assign a role to the GPT in your prompt. So you want to make sure that it takes sort of the perspective or the position of the clinical pharmacist in what scenario this person is working in. So for example, if this person is a pharmacotherapeutics professor, then that's the role you want the GPT to take. So you'll say, you are now an expert clinical pharmacist, who has years of experience teaching pharmacotherapeutics. Now that's a more specific role, so that way you get better results when you ask the GPT a question. That way, what it does is that it indexes the information, and what it does, it composites all of the keywords like clinical and pharmacist and pharmacotherapeutics, and it kind of builds a cloud of all the relevant information in these keywords. So that way, when you are looking for a response, it gives you a much more like in-depth and rich response. Next, you want to say who you are, right? Because you've assigned the expertise role, and you want to also in the same prompt be able to detail who you are. And in this case, you're going to say, I'm a whatever, first year pharmacy student, third year pharmacy student, depending on what pharmacy school you went to, or perhaps you are your last year. The idea is that you're giving it more context about like how to compare the information that you're getting versus the information that it is kind of expecting you to know based on the year that you're in. So then again, now you're compositing more information into your prompt to get a better quality result. So now you've created the role, the expertise, then you created the person who's the user, the student. Now you want to assign it a task, so that way you can get the information, from the perspective of the expert. And in this case, you want to make sure that the task is clear, so that way when you do get a response, it's rich with information that helps you with being able to get through not only the prompt, but whatever exercise you're using it for, whether it's for practicing for exams, practicing for rotations, whatever the case, presentations. You want to assign it a task. Then, once you've assigned it a task, you want it to give you the response in whatever form you want it in bullet points, in numerical order, in summarized paragraph, whatever suits you best for being able to get the information and being able to retain the information. And then you can build on exams after that, or exam questions after that. So that way you continue the active learning process. And then you can, essentially gauge it and then increase the difficulty level. You can start off at easy and then slowly work your way up to expert or more difficult. That way, the responses get, better and better, and it prepares you for the exam in no time. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up at least an example of what a prompt looks like, so that way you have an idea of the structure, and you can build, your own prompts that suit best for you. Because I think it's very language specific, and I think that over time, when the AI begins to understand the user, it it's much better at being able to make the information more, resonate more to the user. So I think that this is a good starting point, but I want you to learn so that way you can build your own. If you need help, just in the comment section below, write what your problem is, and I'll try to address it the best way that I can. Until next time.